How do I do?
So he needs to give you sharing lines. Does he give us sharing lines?
One participant can share at a time.
Yeah, try and share. Share.
We can't solve these issues by shouting at each other and destroying the property. However, we can solve.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Charter President Ruby Ngila of the Interact Club of Kenya Girls High School, and I'd like to welcome you to our meeting. First of all, we'll start with the Rotary Grace from Talis Manta. Sorry, the anthem, the national anthem. Moses, please play the national anthem.
Sorry, I don't seem to have been given rights to share. Vishnu, are you able to give me that?
Hello, Moses. Yes, I have given the rights of sharing to you. I have even made you the co-host. Maybe you can check that once.
Okay, thank you. Now I can share. Thank you. President, do we proceed with the Ethiopian national anthem?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'll just call the meeting to order. We'll have the Rotary Grace from Talis Mwanza.
The Rotary Grace, O God and giver of all good, we thank thee for our daily food. May Rotaract strength and Rotary help us to serve thee all our days.
Thank you, Talis. We'll just do the 4-way test before our meeting begins from Natalie Malisi.
The 4-way test of the things you think, say, or do.
Or do. Is it the truth? Is it?
Of the things you think, say, or do.
Is it the truth?
Or concern.
Okay, thank you, Natalie. So our meeting will begin. I'd like to introduce any Interact president that is in the meeting with us. I'll just unmute you. Do we have any presidents with us? Any Rotaract presidents? Any Rotary presidents?
Hello,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm Vishnu Mittal. I'm the president of Interact Club of TLDAVPP. Thank you so much, Ruby, for holding this session. We are so
You're
glad to have you guys with us. So to give a brief overview of my club, the Interact Club of TLDAVPP, also known as the RA Yuva Club. We are very glad to host this event with you all. And we are very much, I'm sorry.
You'll come later on to talk about the International Cultural Exchange Program.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Thank you. So I'd like us to meet the district governor, 9212. Oh, wait, is there any Rotaract president here with us? Okay. Okay, we'll welcome the district governor, 9212, DG Azeb. I've been wanting to meet you for a while, so it's really my pleasure to be here today. Azeb, are you there? Is there anyone to represent the district? Okay, that's fine. So the reason why we're here is for the vision of the International Cultural Exchange Program. And I'd like Vishu to take us through what is going to be happening and what it's all about. So welcome, Vishu. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruby. Welcome, everyone, all of you who are present here. I would really like to request you all to turn on your cameras so I can see your happy faces. Hello. I see the Leukemia Girls High Infra Club. You all are looking so well. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, you have a great host with you all, President Ruby. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, everyone. So the International Cultural Exchange. Sounds a bit fancy. We hope it is. So the International Cultural Exchange is basically a project that has been organized by our club. The aim of the entire project is to encourage international cultural diffusion. So today, as you guys are hosting your webinar, I am so glad to be a part of it. Yesterday, a webinar was hosted by our friends at Nepal. Tomorrow, we'll be hosting ours. So we really hope you can join us there as well. And the International Cultural Exchange. So there can be a lot that can be said about ICE. However, I will keep this small. The main aim of our project is to enable everyone to understand everyone's culture, to allow friendships to spread across national boundaries and reach people not by airplanes or trains, but by hearts. The aim of the project is to connect hearts via culture. So once again, thank you so much, all of you, for having us. And we couldn't be more glad to have organized this project and have you guys be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vishu. So before we continue, there is someone representing Ethiopia. I'd just like you to unmute yourself and speak.
Am I audible?
Yes,
we
yes.
can hear you.
Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. My name is Rotractor Nathanael Berhe. I'm the past president of Rotract Club of Patrons, and currently I'm the member of Rotary Club of Addis Ababa West. And I'm also serving as the chair for Interact Ethiopia. I'm very happy to be here. This kind of events like this International Cultural Exchange Program will help our interactors to know more about other countries' experiences so that they can take the good sides of other countries and implement to their country. And this is also one of the benefits of having Interact in Rotary family to share experiences, to promote international understandings all over the world. Therefore, I would like to appreciate the organizers, and also I'm just seeing that there are other districts who are participating in this event. Therefore, it is a very great achievement even for our district 9212. I think it is the first kind of event to have such kind of events. Even in the past years, we don't have such kind of relationships with other districts. So the Interact team, I would like to appreciate what you guys are doing. I'm very happy to be here with you. Keep going, keep shining. This is what I would like to say. Thank you, Madam President.
Welcome. We're so excited to have you with us today. So I'd like us to talk about the Interact Club of Kenya Girls High School. And I'd like you to meet the reason why we're actually here, why the club exists. And that's because of our director, Madam Mudeu Kasanga. I'd just like you to unmute yourself and tell us more about our club.
Hello, interactors, rotaractors, Rotarians. Good evening. Welcome to the Interact Club of Lukenya Girls. The Interact Club of Lukenya Girls is mothered by the Rotary Club of Earth River. And we are quite a new club. We were chartered last year. And so far we are going so strong, it is almost scary. We are an Interact club in a school, meaning that because we are a boarding school, so the kids don't get to go anywhere. We are residents at the school, so we are a unique Rotary Interact club in that sense, that we get to be like a home-based club because school is our home. We are so excited to be hosting today and to meet interactors, to meet Rotaractors, to meet Rotarians who are interested so much in Interact, to walk this journey with us. The Interact Club of Lukenya Girls High School is in Machakos County. and I'm sure the interactors will do the geographical location. We are in Machakos County in Kenya, District 9212. And we sit near the capital city. Therefore, our cultures are so diverse already, just by virtue of being so central in the country of Kenya. So we hope that you can enjoy the cultural exchange. And we hope that one of these fine days we can visit each other and meet up as we do these interactions online that a few years ago would not have been what we dreamed of. But there we are. So it is an honor to host you guys, to host everybody, and welcome to this cultural exchange. Thank you, and karibu tena.
Thank you so much, Madam Udeu. So that's our director. She's wonderful. We love her. But now I'd like you to meet our patron, our club patron here in school, and that's Miss Agnes Chove. Thank you.
Hi, Rotaractors. Hi, Rotaract. Hi, Interactors. Good evening. Good morning. So I hope you are all well, and I'm happy. I feel very honored to be here today. So as my director said, we are the Interact Club of Lukenya Girls, quite a new club, which started in 2001, but it just started as a club for the clubless, and we didn't have an idea of exactly what to do apart from just doing charity work. And then later on, our director gave us the idea on Interact, and we were happy that it came through, and we were chartered last year on 11th June. And from there, we started our journey of Interact. It has been such a pleasure as the patron, seeing young girls grow in all aspects of life, interacting with the community, having a feeling of the rest of the people in the community. I'm also very happy to see my girls grow in leadership and getting to know how to lead better and become future leaders. I'm very happy that the club is growing every day. We've done a few projects here and there, and we are aspiring to do more. So we've only managed to visit children's homes, which is very manageable from our side. We've also managed to plant trees, and we are still planting more in 2 weeks' time. We are also sharing the vision of our mother club, standing for dignity, and we are doing that before the term ends. So it has been such a pleasure and a nice thing to guide young girls to grow and become the greatest they can, and also grow the club. So I feel so honored, and I would encourage everyone to feel like this is the club to be. Thank you very much for this organization. I'm very happy, and as Modewa said, I'm longing for that time when we will be meeting more and even physically. So thank you very much, and again, you are welcome.
Thank you, Madam Chove. So that's our patron for you. She's the one who makes it possible for us, like the community service and everything that goes on, the visits to the children's home, everything. She makes it possible. So now we're co-hosting with Ethiopia, and I'd like us to start. I have a few things for you. For now, I'd like us to start with the history of Kenya from Talis Mwanza.
I hope you can hear me. Okay. The history of Kenya. There was a time where the lands of Kenya were free of lies, corruption, and death of evil. A time when people lived in peace and harmony with each other and immorality was a foreign thing. But all changed when they lived. Death and violence erupted. The promise of a better life were crushed as the Kenyans were rushed to detention camps. The cries of men could be heard as they were crushed. All they could was cast their cries to their gods for brighter days ahead. Then a resistance arose, and viscous war broke out. All united to fight and gain their land back. Six were aligned in court, and this spread political outrage. But the gods of the Kenyan community are smiling down. This is because on 1st June 1963, the Kenyan flag flew high as the jubilation and tears of joy filled Kenyans with Kenyatta as one of the Kapenguria Six in the position of the Prime Minister. But no amount of joy could replace the fact that the Kenyans could never heal the scars of their past. Nevertheless, they pressed and built a country that suppressed all expectations and defined all limitations. We have produced greatness. We have produced greatness and stood tall to represent our country. The late Honorable Wangari Maathai, our very own, soared so high that they could not find a prize but from a small village in central Kenya. In fact, she became the first woman East and Central Africa to earn a doctorate degree to biological science. Her passion for the earth was unmatched as she led the march towards the greener future. This has a great impact in that many have followed in her footsteps to make Kenya the place it is today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Talis, for that. At least now we know all about, not all, but let's say a sneak peek of Kenya. So now we have the pre-colonial era of Kenya by Zula.
Kenya was living in a decentralized system of government, except a section of the Abaluya called the Wanga, who was centralized with King Mumia. Most of the communities were ruled by council of elders and had unwritten constitution laws, which were passed from one generation to another through word of mouth. Kenya, during the colonial period, was colonized by the British from 1920 to 1962. This is after trying all we could to resist, led by the likes of Mekatilili Wamenza among the Agiriama, and even collaborating to see whether being cordial will save us, but all was in vain. Life under colonial rulers wasn't easy. Land was alienated, we were working under force, paying taxes, deriving all political, economic, and social power. We tried to stand on our feet to fight what we were sure was ours. This was done through formation of associations, political parties, trade unions, etc. Great men filled the gaps for us. For example, Kapenguria Six, Jomo Kenyatta, Tom Mboya, and others. After fiercely fighting the Mau Mau rebellion, the British government felt pressured, and now a good reason to leave Kenya alone.
Thank you so much, Zula, for that. So now we'll just learn about the geography of Kenya from Fauzia and Melanie.
My name is Fauzia, and I'll be going to talk about seasons in Kenya. Kenya is located on the equator and near the Indian Ocean. This causes the country to have distinct dry and rainy seasons. The two main dry seasons run from December to March, which is Kenya's summertime. The other dry season runs from July to October. The country also has two rainy seasons. One runs from April to June, which is the longest one, while the shorter one runs between November and mid-December. Due to the dry season, July to October are considered the best times to visit Kenya, where one even gets to witness the wild beast migration. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Fauzia. So we'll just have Melanie to finish up.
I'm talking about geographical climate. Kenya is located in East Africa. Its neighboring countries are Tanzania, Ethiopia, Uganda, Somalia, and South Sudan. The capital city of Kenya is Nairobi. Other main countries are Nakuru, Mombasa, and Kisumu. The total area is 582,646 kilometers square. The highest point being Mount Kenya and the lowest being the Indian Ocean. Kenya's longest river is River Tana, and the largest lake in Kenya is Turkana. The different climates are the tropical wet dry, highland, semi-desert, and arid climate. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for that, Melanie. I just like our presenters to tell us their names and their hobby, something fun about them when they're coming to speak. So we'll start with Talis.
My name is Talis Mwanza, and something fun about me, I like dancing, I like playing, I like watching anime. Yeah, and I also like reading books. I have a small book club with my friends where we pick a book every week and we read. Yeah, and my hobbies are sleeping and reading. Yeah, thank you.
Nat, Fauzia now.
My name is Fauzia, and I like cooking, but I don't know how to cook, but I'm training myself how to do so. And I like playing basketball. Yeah, thank you.
My name is Melanie. I love cooking, I love playing. I don't like reading so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. So now we'll just have the monuments from Kaleche.
Hi everyone, my name is Kaleche. I am the director of projects. My hobby is listening to music and drawing and dancing. I can calligraph. Yeah. So today I will be telling you about the monuments in Kenya. We have the Fort Jesus National Monument, which is located in Mombasa. It was built by the Portuguese and designed by Giovanni Battista to protect the port of Mombasa. Next, you have the Naked Justice Boy, found outside the Supreme Court in Nairobi, which is our county, one of our counties. It was popularly known as Onyango, a Luo name that links the boy with a fish he was holding. Next, we have the Tom Mboya statue along Moi Avenue in Nairobi in honor of Tom Mboya. It is popular with the Gor Mahia fans who congregate there for songs and dances after their games. Next, we have the Nyayo Monument, which is located in Uhuru Park. It was erected to commemorate 10 years of the late Daniel Arap Moi. And finally, we have Jomo Kenyatta Monument. This was one of the best known monuments in the country, having dotted the backs of the Kenyan currency for a very long time. It was sculpted in 1969 and unveiled in 1973. It is located outside the Kenyatta International Conference Center. Thank you.
Thank you for telling us about the monuments, Kaleche. I just hope that the teams from India and Ethiopia, anytime that you come to Kenya, you won't get lost because she's just told you about the monuments that we have here. So thank you so much for your time, Kaleche. Now we'll just go into language and culture by Rose, Monica, and Mary. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are. I'm Interactor Mary Magdalene, and I'm going to start on language and culture. Kenya has over 60 languages spoken throughout the country by different cultural groups. These languages are both foreign and local. Kikamba, Kalenjin, Kiluya, Kijaluo, Kitaveta, Kiswahili, and English are some of the commonly spoken languages, with English and Kiswahili being the official languages. Kiswahili is the most important and widely studied indigenous language of Africa. It is spoken as a native language on the east coast of Africa and the islands. Thank you.
So Mary didn't tell us about her hobbies and what she likes doing in general, so I'll just have to call her back.
My apologies. My talent is swimming, even though it makes me really scared of drowning and a lot of things. And my hobby is watching movies. You all know Netflix. It's what we do nowadays. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Interactor Rose Mweke, and I love drawing and I love cooking. English is the official language in Kenya, while Swahili enjoys the status of the national language. Both languages function as lingua francas, yet English enjoys a greater prestige, and it serves more functions than Swahili. For English, it is used for administrational and educational purposes, and also in the media. The above language groups have different cultural beliefs and practices. For example, Kikuyu, being the largest cultural group in Kenya, call their god Gai, for they offer him animal sacrifices on sacred places like Mount Kenya, which is considered home for their god. The Kalenjins are a semi-nomadic pastoralist group whose tradition is centered on the raising of cattle. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rose. We'd just like to finish up the language and culture.
Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon.
My name is Brianna, and I'll be continuing on languages and culture. The Kamba believe, my hobbies are writing novels, reading novels, and sometimes drawing. The Kamba believe in a monotheistic, invisible God known as Mulungu. The Luo traditionally worshipped a single God known as Nyasaye, understood as a being who manifests. Luyas consider funerals and burials as public and open events where animals are slaughtered and food and drinks are bought and to feed the mourners. As stated above, it is evident that different cultural groups have different cultural beliefs and religious beliefs, which help us in differentiating one group from the other. Language is intrinsic to the expression of culture. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Monica Keribo. I love playing tennis and listening to K-pop. And now I'll be continuing on language and culture. As a means of communicating values, beliefs, and customs, it has an important social function and fosters feelings of group identity and solidarity. It's the means by which culture and its traditions and shared values may be conveyed and preserved. Language is not only words, but also pronunciations, tones, and particular dialects. All these parts are shaped by culture. Culture, meanwhile, is influenced by shared experiences, environment, and history. Language is created and shaped by needs of culture as it changes. The major elements of culture are symbols, language, norms, values, and artifacts. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Monica. And at that point, we are done with language and culture. I hope you really enjoyed that. In Kenya, when we're saying hi, we say habari yako or sasa. So I'd just like someone from Ethiopia to tell us how they greet each other, or India. Yeah.
Okay, so I am audible, right? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Samrat Shibashi. I'm from Ethiopia. I'm a retractor and the country Ethiopia Interact Director. Today we have two clubs here. They will present their video later, just for the one now asked by the Interact Club President Robi. In Ethiopia, we have like a lot of languages, but the working language is Amharic. And in Amharic, we say hi, or like when we greet some people, we say salam no. So that's how we greet. But for the rest of the things, my Interact president is from Interact Club of Catis Vega and the Interact Club of Sanford has prepared a video. Once the Kenya presentation has ended, they will present their video. So back to you, Rabi. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I guess we've learned something new today. I'd really like to thank you for that. And now we'll just learn about the food in Kenya. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Faith Sikuku. I like acting, watching movies, and playing a violin. Yeah, I'll be taking you through foods in Kenya. In Kenya, there's a diversity in we have 53 tribes, and in each of them, there's a unique meal that identifies them. Take the Kamba tribe, for instance. If you mention Ndokoi anywhere in Kenya, the Kamba people are the ones who come to mind first. Ndoko is a meal which is simply a mixture of maize and beans. The beans have a certain name, bazi,
or the mboso. Aside from brocoli, they still had a mixture of maize and beans called isio or the githeri. Kambas are also known for growing mango trees. The juiciest and most delicious come from the Kambaland. Just one taste and you can't get enough. At the rate you're eating mangoes here, you should come down and have a taste. Before the trees bear, thank you for your time. Say Tiwe Inesa.
Thank you so much for that. So yeah, that's about the food in Kenya. Right now we're in the mango season. So people are really enjoying the mangoes from Machakos County mostly. So yeah, that's all that I have for you on food. And is there anything you want to tell us about that, Rotaractor Samrawit?
Okay, thank you very much. As I said earlier, the interactor Amira and interactor Efrata has prepared a video. If you allow us, we can share that video so that you can learn a lot about Ethiopia. They have prepared this video for you guys. So, President Robi, we can share this video for you guys, if you allow us now or later.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. Okay, so you're done?
Okay, so Interact Amira, you hear me, right? You can hear me. Could you please, could you please run the video for them? Thank you.
We'll just play the video after, if that's fine with you.
Oh, all right, sure. Awesome.
Okay. Okay, so now we'll just go to the international awards from Mary Magdalene. Again, you've already met her, so I don't know what she'll say this time. Let's hear from her.
Hi, I'm back. I hope you've not forgotten about me already. I'm going to speak about international awards in Kenya, of course. International awards in Kenya was introduced in 1966, with Kenya's first president as the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta becoming its first patron and chief trustee. Currently, there are over 40,000 young people participating in awards in over 750 schools, universities, middle-level colleges, youth groups, rehabilitation centers, and open award centers across the country. Kenyans have not been left behind on these awards. Our heroes include Christine Gatti, Kenyan's activist, has received an international award in recognition of her community empowerment projects. Wangari Maathai, an environmental and political activist, the first woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Elizabeth Wathuti recently won the Amnesty International Award in climate and environmental activist. Jane Kimiti, is the best teacher from Othaya Girls High School. The Katian journalist Walia Ula, who presented a very unique story. Nelly Cheboy, a CNN hero who creates computer labs for Kenya schools. We truly appreciate them. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that again, Mary. That was the international awards in Kenya and the people we recognize as a country who made an impact to us. So now we'll just go into sports and entertainment before we have our last presentation for you guys. And that's from Joy Guyanzi.
Hi, my name is Gloria Chalangat. I I love drawing. I also love playing football and watching. Now I'll be talking about the sports in Kenya. Some of the traditional games present in Kenya are wrestling, bullfighting, stick games, and etc. In athletics, our top runners are Eliud Kipchoge, who broke the 2-hour barrier in the Berlin Marathon. He was also awarded the Elder of the Golden Heart. And we also have Pamela Jelimo, the first woman to win an Olympic gold medal in 2008. Kenyan football also holds the elite Harambee Stars led by Michael Olunga, once defeating the Africa champions Ghana in 2018. And we also don't forget Victor Wanyama, a proud CF Montreal player from Kenyan grounds. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Joy, and I'll be taking you through sports and entertainment. Oh, sorry. My hobbies are reading novels, listening to music, and annoying my older brother. So, in the field of drama, Tanyongo, a Kenyan-born actor who has made remarkable achievements by winning various awards like First Academy Award for her feature film debut and the Golden Globe Award, sorry. In 2020, she earned her first Emmy Award nomination for her narration as Outstanding Narrator, making her the third Black woman to be nominated for NAACP Image Award for character voice-over performance. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for that. That's about the sports and entertainment in Kenya, which really carries the country, mostly the sports. That's what makes us be recognized like all over the world. So now we'll just finish off with cultural, modern dance from our side. So let me share the video. Thank you.
Yes, we will share the video, Vishnu. Kindly sharing using the name, our club of
As we're trying to upload it, let me give you a brief intro about the song. It's a Kamba song, which was sung to the youth to encourage them to be clean and to continue their education. Yes.
video. That's the video. Sorry, allow us to play the video again. There's other delay, so it allows us to start.
Pardon, we didn't hear what you said.
Okay, just allow us to restart the video again. I was told there was an issue with people seeing it or hearing it, so I'm just about to start. Pardon.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm told that the video still cannot be well seen. So, Madam President, please allow me to look into it and proceed.
Okay, so we're having a difficulty with our internet, but we'll make sure that you guys see the video. For now, I'd just like you to hear politics in Kenya before anything else. Thank you.
My name is Stacy Nyarangi. I like drawing, swimming, and cooking. But I'll be talking about the Kenyan political state of affairs. Kenya is a democratic country now 60 years old. We embrace representative democracy with a federal system. From independence to date, we have had 5 presidents, namely Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, Emilio Mwai Kibaki, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, William Samoei Ruto. Under the first 2 presidents, Kenya grew rapidly
political, and economically under the national philosophy of African socialism, Harambe, and Nyav philosophy. We also managed a couple of constitutional amendments until 10th August 2010, which we are still using up to date. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Melanie, and I'll be continuing with whatever Stacey was saying. So, Honorable Ruto, as our 5th president of Kenya and our head of state, embracing and honoring history made by our last 5 heads of state, bringing their vision to come to life, the Vision 2030. Even with one setback pulling us behind for making it, corruption. With Kenyatta in our memory, as he led us into independence, with Moi for raising the education bar high, with Kibaki having a vision, the Vision 2030, and changing the constitution for the better of the country. Yeah, so my hobby is dancing. I really love dancing a lot, and reading. Yes, I love reading and dancing. Yeah, thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you so much for that, Melanie. At this moment, we are done with all the presentations on our side. I'd just like to hand over the meeting to Rotaraptor Sam Rawit to finish up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, the interactor Rabi and her interactors from Lucania Girls School. I really love the explanation you guys give us, because I've been in Kenya, but today I've learned a lot of things, and there are definitely a lot of things that I can come and visit your country. Thank you very much. For now on, we'll go to our presentation, and now you guys will learn something about Ethiopia that will make you say wow and maybe come to visit us. We are very welcome. And if Rabi, can you put the order list you put earlier? Can you share your screen? Yes.
Okay, just a minute, I share my screen with you.
Okay, so here today with me, the Interact Club Sanford president and the Interact Club of Katis Vega president are here. Both of them are young female who is vibrant, out of like the 14 Interact clubs in my country. They've been working a lot, and Katis Vega is one of like the oldest Interact club in Ethiopia, and Interact club of Sanford is one of the newest club. We're trying to charter it. We just sent the form for the chartering, so we're hoping for it to charter very soon. So I'll give the floor for Efrata and Amira to present what they have prepared. So listen and learn something about Ethiopia. Thank you very much.
Okay. I hope y'all can hear me.
Yes, we can.
I'm audible, right? Okay. Wherever you are in the world, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, however it applies. So I am Efrata from Interact Club of Katis Vega, and I am the president, the current president. And today we're going to talk about the history of Ethiopia, and Amira is going to start with the history of our country. But before that, I forgot to talk about myself. So what do I like? What do I enjoy? I enjoy reading books. I enjoy drawing. Sometimes I suck at it, but like I enjoy doing it. And that's basically it. So I give the stage to Amira.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you can all hear me. Hi, my name is Amira, and I'm the president of Interact Sanford. So I'm really excited to be a part of this cultural exchange. And so let me tell you a bit about myself. I'm a person with a multitude of hobbies. I try everything that I possibly can. Most of the things I like doing is like drawing, painting. I've tried cooking and so on. I love reading as well, and many other things. So without further ado, let's get on with like the history of Ethiopia and so on. Okay. So, does it matter if I like do it in order? Because I have like the way I've written it is a bit different.
It's okay, just be free.
Okay. Okay, so I would like to start off with the geography of Ethiopia. So Ethiopia is a landlocked country located in the Horn of Africa. It is bordered by Eritrea. Pardon? So it is bordered by Eritrea to the north, Sudan to the west, South Sudan to the south, Somalia to the east, and Djibouti to the northeast. Ethiopia is located in the easternmost part of the African continent, and it is the 10th largest nation in Africa. It covers a vast area of 1,104,300 square kilometers. It is situated in the northern hemisphere between 3 degrees north and 15 degrees north latitude and 33 degrees east and 40 degrees longitude. So Ethiopia's topography is dominated by the Ethiopian highlands and rugged mass of mountains in the northern and western parts of the country. The highest peak is Mount Ras Dijen, which stands at 4,533 meters above sea level. The eastern part of the country is mostly lowland and deserts. Ethiopia is home to several large lakes, including Lake Tana and Lake Abai, as well as two major rivers, which is the Blue Nile and Awash. The country is also home to several natural hot springs and geysers. Ethiopia has a temperature climate with two distinct seasons, the wet season and the dry season. The wet season, which lasts from June to September, is characterized by heavy rainfall and high humidity. And the dry season, which runs from October to May, is characterized by a hot and dry weather. Okay, so now moving on to Ethiopia's history. So Ethiopia has a really long and rich history, stretching back over 3,000 years. It is one of the oldest countries in the world and one of the few countries in Africa to resist colonization, preserving its independence for centuries. So the ancient kingdom of Aksum was one of the earliest African civilizations, flourishing between the 1st and 7th centuries. The kingdom was at the crossroad of major trade routes and was a powerful center of culture and religion. In the 15th century, the Solomonic dynasty came to power, lasting until the late 20th century. During this period, the country became an important regional power, playing an important role in regional politics and commerce. In the 19th century, Ethiopia became one of the only African countries to remain independent of European colonization, and a feat it achieved with the help of its powerful armies. This period witnessed the development of a strong central government and the spread of Ethiopian culture and religion throughout the country. In 1974, a military coup led by Mengistu Haile Mariam overthrew the monarchy and established a socialist government. So, should I continue? Okay. So this government was overthrown in 1991 and a new government was established. This government has ever since focused on economic and political reform and has made strides in improving the country's infrastructure and living standards. Ethiopia is now a rapidly developing country that is becoming increasingly important in the global economy. Okay, so I will now hand it back over to Efrata, who will talk about the monuments of Ethiopia.
Okay, thank you, Amira. I hope y'all can hear me. Okay, so the monuments of Ethiopia. Ethiopia has a lot of monuments ranging from Lalibela to Aksum. So Lalibela occupies a dramatic position atop wide valleys and surrounded by weather gauged escape berths. escarpments beyond with God peaks rise. A place of feast, festivals, mystery, and little. Visit Ethiopia, I will for sure suggest that you visit Lalibela. So Gondar, known for its remarkable castles, fortification of the 17th century church, it's only right that Gondar is also referred to as the Camelot of Africa. This city is a region in our northern Ethiopia, was the home to many emperors who ruled the country from the 12th century to the last decade of the 18th century. And Aksum, as home of the Queen of Sheba and the Ark of Covenant, the storied artifact of Moses' 10 Commandments, Aksum is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in northern Africa, dating back to 400 BC. Today, residents of the ancient city seem blissfully unaware of its glorious past, thus so that Aksumite Empire thrived as a trading nation and a major player in the commerce between the Roman Empire and ancient India. In Harar, known for its famous area of markets, the famous Haina men, ancient paintings, and artifacts spanning all cultures, it's easy to get lost in the never-ending maze of the winding streets of Harar. Harar has a distinct character and is very different to most other towns in Ethiopia. And if you visit Ethiopia, make sure to visit our Harar because it's a very calm and amazing city. Thank you, and I'll give it back to Amira.
Okay, thank you so much. So language and culture. So the official language of Ethiopia is Amharic. And the way you'd say hi, which we usually do, is selam. So selam, everyone. Amharic is a part of the Afro-Asiatic language family. Other languages are also spoken in Ethiopia, which include Orominya, Tigrinya, Somalinya, and many others. So Ethiopian culture has its roots in the art, literature, cuisine, music, and religion of the country's various ethnic groups. Ethiopia is known for its diversity of cultures, beliefs, and traditions. Religion is an important part of life for Ethiopians, with the majority of the population adhering to Christianity or Islam. Traditional Ethiopian cuisine is quite varied, with the primary dishes consisting of beef, lamb, chicken, fish, and vegetables. Injera, which is a flatbread made from day flour, is typically served with these dishes as well. Okay. So to talk more about food and cuisine, I'll give it over to Efrata.
Okay, thank you, Amira. So if you're vegetarian or vegan or not, you might want to explore fasting, which we call it Yeto, and has created extended fasting seasons. If you found yourself overwhelmed by Ethiopia's culinary diversity, take a swig of tena, which is to relax. If that's too bitter for you, you can try tench, a bright yellow sweet honey wine. Be sure to check out kitfo, a dish from the southern part of the country. Kitfo is a minestrone beef doused with mitmita, which is a chili-based spice blend, quite my favorite, and drenched in a clarified butter infused with herbs and spices. A dish that's down to money. Kitfo is an experience, and hope y'all try it. And the other is coffee ceremonies. Ethiopians will end meals with coffee. And the coffee ceremony is a delightful procession to watch, performed by women. The coffee ceremony begins by the roasting of green coffee beans over an open flame. The beans are then grounded manually, and a special clay pot or jabana is used to brew the grounds. The coffee is served in small granite cups. These are all the great foods of Ethiopia, and I hope y'all try it. And I'll give it back to Amira.
Okay, so to talk about international awards now. So Ethiopia has a number of international awards and prizes that have been awarded to citizens of the country over the past few years. In 2021, the International Astronomical Union, IAU for short, awarded its astrophysicist Professor Gebre Medin Ayele for his outstanding contribution to astronomy and astrophysics. In 2022, the World Food Programme awarded the Hunger Hero Award to Ethiopian entrepreneur and philanthropist Arega Yirdo for his commitment to fighting hunger and poverty in Ethiopia. In 2019, the International Labour Organization awarded its prestigious World of Work Award to Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for his efforts to promote closer ties between Ethiopia and the international community. In 2018, the United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF, awarded the Global Citizen of the Burtukan Mideksa for her work in promoting gender equality and the rights of women and children in Ethiopia. And there are definitely many more as well.
Okay, Amira. So I'm now going to talk about Ethiopia's cultural clothes, which me and Amira are wearing as of right now. So the Ethiopians' traditional clothes, the country's varied climate clearly influences Ethiopians' style of dress. Cool temperatures in Ethiopia's highland dictate heavier clothing such as wrap-around blankets, while the country's lowland residents combat the heat with light cotton outfits. Traditional clothing, which was regularly seen in many rural areas, consists almost entirely of woven cotton. Since the 19th century, both men and women have worn a shema, the long cotton robe that doubles as a body and head cover. Men traditionally wear white cotton pants underneath the shema, while women wear colorful dresses that reach their ankles. You can't see it right now, but it definitely reaches my ankles. Okay, next to the cultural dance of Ethiopia. Okay. Sorry, my time to find. Okay, so introducing Ethiopian folk dance. Ethiopia has over 80 ethnic groups in the country, and each group has a very unique step and rhythm. Due to its old history, one that dates back to 3,000 years, Ethiopia's folk dance is a symbol of their mosaic culture. Dancing is an integrated part of life for Ethiopians, and they love dancing. I, as one, love and enjoy dancing. So, this typical dance of Ethiopia is the iskista, where you put your shoulders and just do this. Amira, do it with me. Come on. Okay, I'm not okay. So, the dance of Tigray region is characterized by two beat drum rhymes. According to the distinctive drum rhymes, they dance in a circle. In the Japanese bone dance, it also has a different variety of steps, such as delicate neck motion and rhythmical shoulder movement, Japanese steps, and so on. So the dance of the Amara, the dance of people in Amara region is called iskasta, which has a unique movement of neck, shoulder, and chest, which goes like this. Okay. The dance of the Somali people in eastern Ethiopia, people living near the border to Somalia, are Muslims. Women's dance style, dancing with the hair covered with scarf, emphasizes their beauty, the modest women have. Men have to drum rhythm with masculine but elegant steps. Women dance with spreading their long skirts like butterflies. It's a very beautiful dance. Dance of Oromia people. Oromia region is the largest, and their dance styles are different depending on the places. Some of the famous dances are Shaw Oromo and Har Oromo. Especially Shaw Oromo has a unique costume which I'm not wearing as of right now, but it's a beautiful costume and differs from the one I'm currently wearing. The dance of Gurage. The Gurage area is about 100 kilometers southwest from the capital city of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. Gurage people are famous for hardworking, and their dancing style brings such an image of hardworking people, which they go like this. I will show y'all. If y'all ever come to Ethiopia, make sure to just come here. Okay. Differing from other dances, women dance with pants, and they cover their hair with scarf for preparing for the fast tempo dance. According to upbeat music, both women and men keep steps first without rest like marathon runner. So I am done with the Ethiopian cultural dance. There are many more, which this Zoom meeting will not end if I keep going. So the next is Ethiopian sports and culture. And I have to I'm sorry.
Okay.
Amira, can you take over? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So sports and entertainment. So sports and entertainment are major components of Ethiopian culture. The country is particularly well known for its success in long distance running, especially in marathons, but there are also many other popular sports and activities in the country. Soccer is the most popular sport in Ethiopia, with the national team having won the African Nations Cup in 1962. Basketball is also popular, with the national team having won the FIBA African Championship in 2013. Other popular sports include volleyball, tennis, and boxing. When it comes to entertainment, Ethiopia has rich tradition of music and dance, as she's demonstrated earlier. Popular forms of music include traditional music, other sorts of popular music, and jazz. Ethiopian traditional music is mostly vocal based and includes religious songs, chants, and so on. So popular music includes both traditional and modern music, often featuring instruments such as the kirar, which is like a type of harp, which has like 5 or 6 strings, a washint, which is a type of flute, a flute-like instrument, and so on. So something else that I would like to talk about is the indigenous culture found in Ethiopia. So as we've mentioned many times, Ethiopia has a rich and diverse indigenous culture. So the country is home to a variety of ethnic groups, including Oromo, Amara, Somali, Tigray, Gurage, and Afar, which all have their own distinct clothing, like she's mentioned earlier. And in Ethiopia, traditional clothing styles vary widely by region, with brightly colored fabrics and intricate designs to reflect the country's diverse cultures. And another way that we express that is through art. So Ethiopian paintings that can be found on walls and in books and so on are actually highly distinctive due to their unique style and their use of shapes and colors. Many historically famous paintings have a close relation to biblical stories, and biblical characters have been depicted as simplistic figures. With long, slim faces and big, round almond eyes. You'll be able to see this in the video that we'll be showing you afterwards. Yeah, and their traditional Ethiopian art largely takes its inspiration from spiritual sources and molds them in such a way to give expression to the daily lives of people, but also explore to explore and shape their spiritual world, which is less evident to the naked eye. Yeah, thank you. So I believe we're done.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I've learned so much in.
Sorry, Instructor Ruby. Thank you very much, Amira and Efrata. You guys did an amazing job. And thank you, Bitania, for joining us from Interact Club of Katis Vega. Amira and Efrata, if you play the video, would love to see that. And we can wrap up and give the floor for Ruby.
Okay, I believe I can't share while another participant is sharing. That's what it's saying. So if I could like get access to share my screen.
Yeah. Ruby, can you please allow her to share her screen? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I believe you can now share your screen, Amira.
Okay. Just give me a second.
All right.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, please do not mind the ungodly amount of tabs I have open. Okay. So yeah. Hopefully it's audible. So
Oh, so it's not audible. Maybe you can tell us something while playing the video, Amira.
So I'll take over for Amira. I hope y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we
hear me?
can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the traditional making of injera. It's a very the important part of Ethiopian's dish. And okay, so the video paused. So Amira, continue the video. I
Okay.
can. Okay. Okay, you can continue now. You can continue. These are the traditional holiday. I believe it's Meskel, which is
Yeah.
celebrated by the Orthodox Christians.
Yeah, so the reason that Mescal is celebrated is basically this was the day when I believe it was Queen Elsa. I'm not sure of the name, but she found the cross that the true cross basically. And how this tradition works is usually Ethiopians all around the country, we make this thing called a damera, which consists of like piling up sticks. And then there's like one in the middle where it has like a cross on it. And we burn it and we see like the direction the stick falls in at the end. And that's supposed to like foretell how the rest of the year is going to go. It's like if it's to the right, then it's going to be a good year or so on and so on. Yeah. Okay, so another thing about Ethiopian culture is like the intricate things like that they make. For example, what we saw earlier over here, this is called a sethi. I learned how to make this when I was a bit younger. And it's like there are these really thin kind of stick things, and you just have to like weave them, and you can make like these plate kind of things where you can like a tray where you can keep injera or olo, which is like, and so on. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically what was stated earlier. Ethiopia's geography. These are the countries that are surrounding Ethiopia, and this is the exact location of Ethiopia on the map. And this is Mount Ras Dijen, which I mentioned earlier. So these are a few of the lakes and rivers. For example, Lake Tana. I believe this is Ash, and this is okay. And these are the seasons. As I've said before, we only have the rainy season and the dry season, which the rainy season is called Karemt, and this is called Bega. Okay, this is basically like the outline of the history that I mentioned earlier. Just give me a second. So this over here that we can see is, it symbolizes the Solomonic dynasty. This is supposed to be representing Ethiopia's independence, that we were not colonized. And this here is Mengistu Haile Mariam, who overthrew the monarchy and established the socialist government. And this image is basically supposed to represent how Ethiopia is now a rapidly developing country and that it is becoming increasingly important in the global economy. So as we can see here, as mentioned earlier as well, there are many different indigenous cultures. For example, what we see over here, this is usually how Tigray people dress, and also like their hairstyle, which is really cool. This over here is how Somali people dress. Over here we can see Oromo people, and here I believe is Amara. And here we can see the art. As I mentioned earlier, it has a really distinct, there's a really distinct way of drawing or creating art in Ethiopia. And as we can see from like the features like over here, this is like a religious kind of painting, which as mentioned earlier is like typical of Ethiopian artists. And like if you notice like the style of painting, it's like they all have like round almond eyes and like an elongated face, as you can see here, and so on. So yeah. So this is to give credits. The first clips that I used were from these videos on YouTube. So thank you. And that's all on my part.
Thank you very much, Amira, Interactor Amira, and Interactor Efrata. You guys have presented us a very nice video and a very nice presentation. I'm sure everyone here in this call has learned a lot about Ethiopia and Ethiopian culture, history, the food we have, and I know that everyone is excited to visit Ethiopia. And hopefully you'll be here and visit us. And as Efrata promised, if you come here, just give her a call. She will show you the country around. And as you know, the district conference will happen here in Ethiopia from May 11th to 14th. And we can't wait to like have you all here and show you our country. I'm sure you guys will love it. Thank you very much. And Tractor Ruby, back to you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That was so interesting. I learned so much. And I'd just like to share our videos because we didn't have the chance to share them with you guys. Moses, please do that.
President Ruby, please repeat what you asked me to do so that I'm clear. What was your request? What did you request me to do?
To share the videos that we are supposed to share.
This day, yes, no class. You can go to the Ngwao and play. You boys. Young boy, what is wrong with your shirt?
Nzoli teacher.
Tuck in.
Nzoli.
And tomorrow you remember to wash your shoes.
I'll do that, teacher.
Okay?
Yes.
No, join the rest. Young boys, can you ring the bell? Boy, can you hear the bell? Quickly. Useless students. Now, students, I have one belly clean student. Belly what? Student. Can you come here? What is your name?
Kivelo.
Say it louder.
Kivelo.
That one. You can see him? Turn. Quickly. Can you see him? Yes. Belly clean. Clap for him.
President Ruby, unfortunately, I'm still being told that it's not.
Okay, I'm sure you guys are able to see like our dance, the one that we prepared for you, even though it wasn't quite clear. I'd like to thank Ethiopia for being here with us. I really learned a lot. And now I just like to move on to the closing remarks by President Gilbert of the Rotary Club of Athi River. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. Good evening. Ethiopia is in the same time zone with us, so we are actually at 6:40 together. So good evening, interactors, Rotaractors and Rotarians who are here. My name is Gilbert Angana, the current president of Rotary Club of Athi River, which is a mother club for our Interact Club of Kenya. So I'm excited. I think it's a coincidence that also I just arrived this morning with Ethiopian Airlines from South Africa. And it was actually an enjoyable round trip with Ethiopian Airlines with a very great hospitality in their planes, and I enjoyed actually the tradition. In fact, some of the traditional clothes that are the traditional regalia that you've shown here is what is worn by some of the air hostess in the plane. So I think I'm excited about this exchange program between Interact Club of Ethiopia and Interact Club of Kenya Girls. I mean, this is a way to go to be able to learn from each other, to be able to learn from our diversity and different aspects of our culture. So I want to thank our district governor, Azeb, for really facilitating such an exchange, and also for the different patrons of the two Interact clubs for really ensuring that this event is actually as successful as it is today, in terms of the exchange of culture, exchange of knowledge. And I hope that one of these fine days soon, that this will be a physical meetup where then you can be able to really enjoy and discuss with each other well. One of the best thing about such engagements, and I'm just coming from one in South Africa, where we had a group of young business leaders under 40 doing great things in Africa. And I was actually amazed and inspired by what many of us as young people are doing across our continent. In as much as I was fortunate to be also among the winners of the award that night, but one of the things that I realized is that there's great knowledge in Africa, there's great resource in Africa. We have impactful young leaders in Africa. And we need to be able to continue with what we're doing, really exchange ideas within our African continent, so that we can be able to inspire more and more young people to come out and actually showcase their stories of impact across our different cultures. I mean, we have a rich tradition and culture as Africa. When you go to Ethiopia, of course, they have highlighted just part of what is their cultural foundation. When you come here to Kenya, we have also what is our cultural foundation, and Interact Club of Kenya Girls have just showcased part of what we call the Kamba tradition a bit through the dance. And you move to different parts of Africa, we have that rich cultural tradition within ourselves. So what I'll encourage us is, let's not lose that cultural foundation. In as much as we are being showered with the Western content in terms of the different aspects of our life currently, I just want to challenge us not to lose out on the cultural foundation that forms the basis of who we are as Ethiopians, that forms the basis of who we are as Kenyans, that forms the basis of who we are as Africans. Because if we do that, then what happens is, then we leave Africa not to become our business. We leave Ethiopia not to become our business, but we are focused on developing or advancing other cultural aspects that we are bringing into our foundational. I mean, that we are bringing into our social aspect and influencing others, and yet we have rooted foundational traditions as Africans, as Ethiopians, as Kenyans. So I want to challenge us not to lose that. I think as a closing remark, I just want to mention three things that for me this year has been one of those top things that I share in many forums that I go. That for us to be able to have purposeful transformation in our spaces, within our Interact clubs, for us to have purposeful transformation in our communities, for us to have purposeful transformation in our countries, and Africa at large, then three things are critical. And the first one is, we need to understand that each one of us need, and this is actually a need, each one of us need to be loved. So as leaders in Interact clubs, as leaders in Rotaract Club, for Rotaractors who are here and Rotarians who are here, the reason why you are in that space today, and the reason why people should accept to be led by you, is because you love them unconditional. You move in your office, you move in your class, whatever the space that you are in. If you don't love the people that are around you unconditional, then you are not warrant to be their leader. And as interactors, if we don't love our colleagues around us, our friends around us, then we are not worthy to actually lead them, because that's the foundation of why we should, why anyone should be led by us. The second one is on the aspect of valuing. People want to be valued. I mean, we talk about diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, and many other nice words that comes out of such kind of engagements. But the whole idea around it is, when we understand that we need to value people around us, then you'll be able to value their diversity. When you value people around you, then you'll be able to include them in conversation, include them in discussions, include them in whatever spaces that you find yourself in. When you're able to value people, then you actually bring them close, and you ensure that they belong to the different aspects that we find ourselves in. And that's how we build the diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging within our different spaces that we find ourselves in. And lastly, is people desire to be believed in. I mean, imagine that we are here and the Interact Club of Ethiopia is showcasing their cultural tradition, and we don't believe. Interact Club of Kenya is showcasing their traditional cover dance, and we don't believe that that's actually true in terms of their tradition. Imagine discussing with each one of us and sharing ideas, and we don't believe in each other. So I think critical is when we start, when we understand that people desire to be believed in, then we're able now to allow people to fall forward, make mistakes, pick up the pieces from there and learn from it and move forward. Allow each one of us to bring in their strengths into whatever spaces that we find ourselves in. So these are the three things that will take us into purposeful transformation in our Interact clubs, in our communities, with our parents, with our siblings, with our friends. When we understand that we need to be able to love people unconditionally, we need to value people, and we need to believe in people. And this is how we'll grow our different countries in a big way, and transform the different sectors that we find ourselves in. So I want to thank everyone that is here, President Ruby, CP Ruby, President Vishu, and everyone, all the Rotaractors are here. I've seen my PE, P. Mudeo is here, P. and Jen Compo is here, our directors for Rotary Club of River. I've seen some of them here, our director Sylvia, Director Pierre, who has been instrumental in putting all this together. Thank you very much for facilitating this exchange program. And I believe soon we'll be able to have a physical meetup, and possibly when we come to Ethiopia for the DCA in May, we will have some interactions with some of you from Ethiopia, and hopefully then we can be able to learn more from each other. Thank you very much, and over to you, President Ruby.
Thank you so much, Coach Gilbert. We want to thank you for believing in us and helping us throughout our journey from when we began our Interact Club. So now I just let my my president-elect, Brianna Kioko, to finish up the meeting for us. Thank you.
I'm sorry, before that, if I may, the Interact from Interact Club of DLDAVPP, their teacher is here and they want to introduce her. If you allow President Ruby, please let them have the honor to introduce their teacher.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you so much, President Ruby. Everyone, I would like to introduce you to our teacher coordinator, our personal guide and mentor, Neeti Kanwa ma'am. She has joined us. I believe she wasn't able to join us earlier. However, she is here now. I would like everyone to please give her a warm welcome. Thank you so much. Neeti ma'am, if you're here, can you please say a few words for our students who have joined us here? I believe she might be having some network issue. However, I would just like to thank her for joining us today and you all for again being a part of our project. It couldn't have been the same without you. Thank you so much. Over to you, President Ruby.
Thank you so much for that. So our president-elect will just speak.
Thank you. Thank you, President Ruby. I'd love to thank all the countries that have been here. Thank you, Interact Club of India, for being with us, and I've learned a lot from you guys. Thank you for President. Thank you for Interact Club of Ethiopia. Thank you for our mother club for being here. Rotary Club of Athi River. Thank you for our club, the Interact Club of Lukenya Girls, for being here. I'd like to thank those who have helped this day be a success. Thank you so much, Director Mike. You've helped us with our PR, our socials. Thank you, Director Sylvia, for being there, for also helping us a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chove, our patron. Thank you for Mr. Moses for being here, for helping us. Yes. I learned a lot from it. I've learned a lot from Kenya. I live in Kenya and there are things I didn't know myself. Thank you for Talis. Thank you for Gift. Thank you for Zula. Yeah, everyone who's presented today, I loved all the presentations. They were heartwarming and I learned a lot from them. And I'd really, really, really love to try all the dishes mentioned today. They all sound awesome. I'd love to thank our Director Mudho Kasanga for being with us, mentoring us. You're a big part to us. We love you. Yeah, I thank everyone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Brianna. So I just like to finish the meeting off. She's said all the thank yous. She's been grateful for everything. So I don't think there's more that I can add to that. I just like to recognize the District 9212 and District 3011 and Rotary, Rotaract, and Rotary International to the world over. Thank you so much. The meeting has ended. Thank you so much for attending.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, my girls, my interactors, and everyone. Okay, see you on the next Interact exchange.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank y'all. Thank you. Bye.
Good night, and thank you, everybody. Awesome meeting, awesome cultural exchange. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you, Ruby.
Thank you.
How have you been? How's my show going, Jack?
Very nice.
Yeah, you guys should come to this year. We are going to Ethiopia.
Yes, I'll be there.
You'll be there.
Yes.
To exchange contacts with the interactors who've just presented. They were awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Reach out to us when we are there, we meet up. I'll be there. Hi, thank you, Jambi, for doing so much, for being on the ground. I'm so sorry I was not able to be.
Chobe has also appreciated.
Chobe!
Yeah. Thank you for the love.
I hope they worked in the end. I was very worried at some point. Jambi sent me a message. Panicked.
The worry vanished. Immediately the laptops were.
Good. Thank John Kennedy and Cynthia, especially Madam Cynthia, for me.
Yes, and we are requesting for our own laptop.
We'll do our own setup. We have to build a clubhouse, bwana. Hii mambo ya kuomba vitu kutoka watu.
See you on
we have to have our own setup.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye. Good to see you, Ruby and team. Bye. Good night.
Good to see you too.
Bye.